Leander, how are you feeling in this look?
I think Abhishek is just fantastic with the way he does his designs. I love the fabric. It's really soft, on easy to wear. But more importantly, just look at the embroidery. Just look at the work. It is just fantastic. Also down the back. See down the back. He's just done such a good job with it. It speaks so much of our culture from back home in West Bengal, and it also is such a global nightwear or fashion wear. You can wear this out to any gala, red carpet anywhere in the world.
Right. Have you ever walked the ramp, or your first ramp walk, your debut?
I got to admit, I've walked the ramp many a times, both in India at Lakmé Fashion Week, at fashion shows, and also abroad as well. I've done in New York, I've done in Monte Carlo. So a little bit of old hand at this, and for me to come out and support one of our homegrown young men who's so talented is the reason I'm here.
Right. But still do you get butterflies whenever you're on the ramp, or it's confidence for you? Anything like your thoughts when you go on the ramp?
Pressure is a privilege.
Pressure.
It's a privilege.
Right. But your favorite ramp walk has been where, Leander? A memorable one.
Monte Carlo was one of my favorite ones.
Which year?
We were right
Which year
down
was this?
the Côte d'Azur. We were right on the waterfront, very close to Cannes, and where the tennis tournament happens. We did a fashion show for all the male and the female athletes, and they came out, and it was really special. At that time, there was Sharapova, there was the Williams sisters, you had Federer, you had Nadal. There were a lot of the big tennis players there, so it was great fun.
Right.
And there's the man of the hour. Here's my champion.
Abhishek, what have you given Leander? A little bit about his look. Why did you choose for this for him basically?
Firstly, I think ivory looked best on him, and especially this is the silhouette I really wanted him to wear. The kind of angrakhas and especially the dhoti, as I call this dhoti show, he will be rocking it, I'm sure. And I think this looks perfect in this, like perfect.
Leander is very, very tense. What would you tell him? You've handled many a tense situation in your life on the court, but your message for Abhishek would be what?
I've always had to take care of first-time doubles partners. We've always won our first Grand Slams together, our first tournaments together. So here's another new one. For me, as I was just sharing with the champ himself, that feeling butterflies knows that you care. Having butterflies knows that it matters. So in that you embrace the butterflies, you use that as an inspiration, you use that as the magic to do a great job. And I have no doubt whatsoever that he's going to ace it out there today.
Leander, what is fashion for you? What is style for you? What is your fashion? What is your style? Two separate things, but what would you say are the two things for you?
Fashion is something very personal. I think it's a personal expression of oneself. Not just the roots we come from, but also the experiences we've had in life. Traveling the world, one's been very blessed to see fashion from all around the world, right from Machu Picchu in Chile all the way to London, New York, Paris, Tokyo, Singapore, and especially in India. To me, I'm very close to my Indian roots, and I love showcasing our Indian fashion in the Western world. I think it also stands out when you take something as marvelous as this and you walk any red carpet in the world, it will stand out.
And what is your style?
Easy, chic, sporty, personal.
The most stylish tennis star according to you would be?
I think Sharapova was up there. I think she did a great job with her style and her fashion. On the men's side, Roger Federer is a classic. Then you got a little edginess with Djokovic. But then when you look back in the day, I played through 4 decades, so Bjorn Borg had a very, very special, unique style. The Fila outfit that he had, the long blonde hair being a Swede, the bandana, the hairband. There was a very special look. Plus his legs were massive, and back in the 80s you wore short shorts. So I think tennis as a sport has gone through so many fashion trends, and it stood out in the world, not just in sport, not just in tennis, but it stood out in the fashion world. And to see a Serena Williams design her own line, to see a Venus Williams design her own line, to see Sharapova design her own line, to see Roger Federer come out with his line, Djokovic, Nadal, a lot of the great athletes have had their own lines, and I've been very blessed to have designed with Adidas and Nike for 22 years, as well as have my own clothing company for the years after that. So fashion is something that's very meaningful to me. It is a real expression of the culture, the art, the craft, the workmanship that we have in India. And also to create so many lives for the young Karigars who go out there and make these beautiful threads is always a great inspiration.